Thank you. Uh, when people say seasoned academician, I feel slightly more older now. Okay. But I'm going to actually talk about something else today. I think so you had lecture from sir already where he discussed something from the constitution. I'm going to actually discuss from the constitution slightly something else which a lot of people might not actually think. But first with a question. And that question is slightly difficult for a lot of people to understand. That question is, people who don't share past, can they have future? Difficult, right? The question again, okay, people who don't share past, can they have future? Subject topic, okay, is future, right? And now, second question, do we actually share a common past? Oh, by the way, don't worry. I'm not actually so pessimistic thinking that, there will be no India tomorrow. I think so it is the strongest country, one of the strongest countries in the world, which has one of the strongest constitutional frameworks. Okay, we are rock solid. My question here is that how we are different than the world. Okay, now I will come to something which might chair you, which by which you can actually think of me slightly differently. Okay, listen, this is something which is very interesting. Do we share a common language in the country? Maybe the language that I'm speaking in, right? English. Sad part. Do we actually share common food in the country? No. Do we share common culture in the country? Do we have same dance danced everywhere in the world? Or in India at least? We have 8 classical dances, by the way, for those who don't know that. Yeah, Kathak, Kathakali, Bharatnatyam, Satriya, so many. Do we have same type of music everywhere? No. But we actually always say proudly, East or West, India is best, yes or no? Where are we best? Anybody can answer that? Do we have the strongest army in the world? One of them. Like, do we have the maximum nuclear missiles? Or maximum submarines? No. Is our economy the biggest, largest, and the highest per capita in the world? No. Do we have the most research in the world done? No. Do we have the maximum natural resources? As natural resources, I say mining resources. Oil rich bhi nahi hai, right? 20% of it just comes. So I say it proudly, by the way, East or West, India is best. Okay, I am just doubting it in your minds. I totally support the line, and I say it proudly. My question here comes, if we say East or West, India is best, where we are best? Or it's just a false line? So, yeah. So, a lot of countries have actually something out of a lot of things, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But they still have the common history. Do we? Okay, can I actually ask, before actually 150 years, were we ruled by the same people all across the India? Anybody here actually shares common history beyond 150 years? Or 300 years? Let's be generous. Anybody here shares their history 300 years ago with everybody else here? No? So where are we best? And the line here, yes? Absolutely we have that. Absolutely, but how it is created? How that shared sense of, bonding has been created. Now, why I always say this, look at this. In India, everything which comes from outside first gets Indianized and then we use it. Nothing is used as it is. Simple hai. Pizza comes from outside. Italian hai? Is pizza Italian? Of course, Naples. Okay. Anybody in Italy ever eats pizza with paneer on it? Do we eat pizza with paneer? Good? Okay. Okay, anybody in India or anybody in China ever have heard about this magical dish called as chicken 65? Okay, better than chicken 65, I will give a dish called as, listen now, be quiet. Better than that, Chinese, it's called paneer 65 or Chinese bhel puri. Have you eaten Chinese bhel? Okay, anybody in like Sichuan province of China would understand what is Chinese bhel. We have used all of that. Everything gets Indianized. I actually give complex examples. Like even religion comes to India, it gets Indianized. Nowhere in the world, in Islam, there is caste. In India, there is caste in Islam as well. Okay, some people in Kerala actually, throw coconuts at a cross to open it up and do puja. Yeah. We are Indian, but my question here is that what makes us Indian is different. We don't share a lot of things like other countries. And whatever comes to us, we make it as our own, but with tadka, right? That's what India is. But where are we best? Are we best in customization? Okay, the answer is we are best in diversity. And understand this very well. One of the best things that India ever had or will have is diversity. But the problem remains with diversity is that how can we have one document which will actually cater to everybody in the country? Constitutional framework banana hai. Yes, I can understand that. How to make it? If you have so much diversity. Arey, diversity kitna hai dekho. In Pune, you eat pani puri. Okay, go to Rajasthan, you will have pani patasa. Okay, go to Agra, you will have golgappa. Come to actually Raipur, you will have gupchup. And go to Kolkata, you will have puchka. One dish, same. Okay, people fight over it. Puchka is better or golgappa. And a Mumbaikar will say, no, pani puri is better. A country where there are 190 plus types of biryanis that exist. A country where we have nearly every ethnicity mixed together. Country which has official 22 languages and 1,500 boli bhashaएं. Okay, and it is not just diversity of people that is important. Culture का सिर्फ diversity नहीं है. We have diversity in our ecosystem, in our geography. India is the only country in the world which has tiger and lion in the wild. Not a single country has tiger and lion in the wild. India is the only country. India is the country, okay, where you will find a lot of so-called species. We are actually third largest in biodiversity. And we don't even have, okay, what is called as area like Amazon, equatorial forest. When you understand this, okay, we have deserts to actually mountains to actually mangroves to, savannas, anything. There is any dish called as Indian curry in India. In UK, in US, they sell this so-called powder called as Indian curry or curry powder. Is there curry powder? In the same state that we are right now in Maharashtra, okay, person living in something like Nagpur, eats a different type of curry. And a person living in Kolhapur, okay, eats a different type of curry. Now, when you understand this type of diversity, no other country in the world actually ever had or will have. Okay, we are that country, but I always say this, okay, but people say diversity, diversity, but where is unity? And there is unity in that diversity, which is not possible in the other countries. Let me give an example. Something like this song, which I actually loved from my childhood, to be honest. Okay, A.R. Rahman ka song, which is still famous so that you will understand it. Okay, Urvasi, Urvasi, take it easy, Urvasi, Unsi Pola, Vandamaranda, never ille pharmacy. Now, the problem is, my mother tongue is Marathi. I don't speak Tamil. The original song is in Tamil for a movie called as Kadalan. But when I say this, Urvasi, Urvasi, take it easy, Urvasi, ungli jaisi dubli ko nahi chahiye pharmacy. Vendilave, Vendilave, Vinay Thanti Varumaya, Vilayat Jodi Thevai. Nobody understands it. Or people who speak Tamil will only understand what I'm talking about. But when I say Chandare, Chandare, Kabhi to Zami Para, Baithenge Baate Karenge. Point here is that diversity exists at the same time that the unity exists. Means you have two different languages in which the song is sung, but the music remained same. Both were given music by A.R. Rahman. Unity in diversity. No other country in the world can have something like this. We actually have that. That's why a country which is home means where 4 religions have started, where 7 important religions of the world actually work together, where nearly every type of ethnicity can be found somewhere. Okay? Where people, some villagers in actually Himachal Pradesh say that their history belongs to Alexander. Okay? Where they are proud of Alexander. Where somebody in Bihar says they are proud of Ashok. Where somebody in actually Tamil Nadu say they are proud of Raja Chola. And me, who's standing in Maharashtra, says I am proud of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. All can coexist. All have something common with one another. How to create constitutional framework for all of them? People don't understand this. One of the most difficult thing in the world. Like creating a constitution for something like France. Easy peasy. Everybody speaks French. Follows similar kind of religion. Okay. Lives and follows similar kind of culture. Here, is it possible to actually create that same so-called set of rules for everybody? I always give this example in my classes. In India, listen this carefully, very carefully. In India, everybody at the same time is a majority and a minority. You can be majority on the religion, can minority on the caste. You can be actually majority on the caste, but can be minority on the language. You can be majority on the language, but can be minority on your gender. All of you at the same time are actually majority and minority. How to create laws for that? And how to protect every individual who is actually here, even those who are talking to one another? Yes or no? The point here is that how to protect each and every one of you. Our framework, that's why has been first Indianized, that you have to understand. People say everything has been actually stolen from outside. Don't understand that. Don't actually accept that, because we have first Indianized it. We don't follow American way of actually so-called Bill of Rights. No, not possible for us. We have created for us fundamental rights, where Article 17 has been there, untouchability ka khatma. Point here is that all of you have fundamental rights. But why? Because you should be protected against government. Because it is government who will take your rights away. समझ में आ रहा है कुछ? Government will tell you, liberty come karo. Government will tell you, okay, we will tell you what is equality. Government will show you the rise to the fraternity. You said, no, we will accept whatever it is. You should have that freedom, okay, not just to actually roam around and talk, express, but also of religion. Okay, equality for the jobs and against discrimination. But I always ask this question also. Do you have one thing in India which is actually above everything else? One idea which is above everything else? Is equality actually paramount? Is liberty paramount? Is fraternity paramount? Or is justice paramount? एक आइडिया है क्या सबसे ऊपर? Yeah, but that is actually not an idea, na? That is actually one of the principles which is given. That is not even an idea. Coexistence comes with secularism and socialism in Indian Constitution. Do we have actually importance given to freedom? Only? Like American society? Do we have just importance given to justice? Do we have importance like equality in Chinese society? Do you have importance given to fraternity, something like Nazi society? No. We had importance given to all of them at the same time, which they fight continuously with one another. Okay, so case to case basis pe, you will choose justice sometimes liberty, sometimes equality, and sometimes fraternity. Okay, war will come, the government will ask for your help, fraternity comes first. Reservation को importance देना है, justice comes first. Freedom of speech को importance देना है, liberty comes first. All of these ideas also constantly fight with one another, and they create new discussions in the country. That is why you never will understand that our constitution and framework is day by day increasing. We have the living document. Every now and then somebody is discussing, including my class. Okay, what should be the future of India? This is what makes our framework. Our framework is not just given to us by somebody. It is we who have decided it. It was not decided at the time of independence also. It has been changed multiple times later on also. Okay, the basic structure of constitution was given to us by Swanand Bharti case, which is nearly 26 years later than our independence. Okay, India is that country where even the elected representative can't make any law, where judiciary actually takes care of that. Okay, judicial activism as it is called. Okay, a law which is passed, that law should be consistent with constitution, then only it can be applied. Otherwise, it can be null and void. Nikal sakte ho. We have actually executive controlling the legislature. We have legislature controlling the judiciary. We have judiciary controlling the executive. Sab hai hamare yahan. We have checks and balance system in our constitution. एक powerful नहीं है. That's why I always say this. There's a lot of questions which are asked. कि इंडिया में एक person powerful हो जाएगा, तो they will destroy the constitution. Will not happen. You can always challenge the constitutional framework, but mark my word, it is very difficult to change it. It is very difficult to change it. कितने भी पावरफुल बनो, एट द एंड संविधान को ही प्रणाम करना पड़ता है. You can challenge it, but cannot change it. And that actually shows you that how important is our framework. That framework is not just one part. That framework is not talking just about diversity and your actually fundamental rights. It talks about DPSP, the dreams which were actually seen by our forefathers, but were not completed at that time, are actually completed today. All of the things which you have been taken for granted are actually many of those because of DPSP. Okay, somebody actually is arrested, taken to a court, doesn't have money, can have free legal aid today in the country. Is actually one of the DPSP which has been realized. One right, which is free education for the primary education, has been realized in actually a fundamental right, Article 21A. We have created authorities to protect our heritage. We have created authority to protect our nature. Tiger to animals, what not, yes or no? Understand this, DPSP is the things which were actually dreamed of at once, but now are becoming truthful. Real. Not every dream seen at that time is real today. But my point, are we actually still following that dream? Yes. Understand this very well. Okay, so we have the legislature, we have all the systems which actually contribute to that. But let me talk about something today, slightly more importantly, called as federalism. Because of this huge amount of diversity that we have powers actually divided between the center, the state governments, and what is called as the others, like both together, concurrent. So you have union list, we have state list, we have other things. And you have different rules, that's why. As the state changes in India, you have different rules. One person can eat beef in something like Uttar Pradesh, will actually get 10 years of jail. Yes or no? That is a rule made by the state government. But that same person can travel to Kerala, eat beef on the actual road, okay, and post that video on the Instagram, no problem. Different rules and regulations have been created in that. But still, India was very nascent when it was created. Okay, do we have rules like America, for that matter? I always say that. Federalism हमारा अमेरिका के जैसा है क्या? In America, you have actually citizenship of a state also and a citizenship of the country also. You are a citizen of California also and of America also, USA also. In India, are you a citizen of Maharashtra and India? No. You are a citizen of just India. Yes or no? You are a citizen of just India. And you have to understand that's why a lot of people actually always say that Indian so-called framework is quasi-federal. Quasi यानी कि fake federal. Okay, more power is given to the central government. The thing is, when we were actually new 47 में, okay, we were actually at the same time frugal also, and at the same time nascent also. नए हैं, गरीब भी है. Okay, how difficult it is, you should understand that, right? You are actually new to the scene also and doesn't have resources, money also. How difficult is that? And for India to remain as India, we actually slightly gave that upper hand to the union government, that is central government. So it is not quasi, it is called as asymmetric. You should understand. Asymmetric means, of course, it's like that. In relationships, okay, I always say that 50-50 partnership is the best. But many a times one person is slightly stronger than the other. If you are in relationship, who decides where to eat? Your boyfriend or your girlfriend? Sometimes that department is concentrated in one person's hand. Okay, what kind of clothes you should wear? Also decided by one person. Okay, what kind of, ULIPs or investments you should do, also done by the one person. Which kinds of car should be actually bought or driven, also done by some person. Point here is that same way in India also, we have divided that, and one person has more power, that is union. But that doesn't mean that the states don't really have power. Okay, like for example, union will have power of army. Okay, all armed forces come under the union government, central government. States will also have police under them. Police can't be functioned by the union. It will be only functioned by the states. So understand this, we have from everything, from the smallest of duration, we have created that power differences. Okay, and the lists have been created. But not just list, how to fight, where to fight, if actually problems arise. State government or union government में problem आ जाएगा, who will decide? Laws have been created. Two state governments are fighting, who will decide? Laws have been created. Okay, reverse distribution होना चाहिए, laws have been created. Tribunals have been created. So you have to understand, we have created a very intricate system by which the whole country will not just function, okay, but continue to function for a longer period. And that's why I always say, our framework is something which is very unique. Okay, we have micromanaged. We have thought about even the actually poorest of poor, at the same time thought about the richest of the rich. Okay, government in India thinks about even, okay, the so-called rich, so-called people in the country, but also poor. Like within Maharashtra, a budget should be given for actually Vidarbha and Marathwada has been decided by the constitution. That framework that you have is one of the most interesting in the country. We have organizations like Rajya Sabha, okay, which have taken care of the states also at the same time. And when you understand something like this, you'll understand one part, that our constitutional framework is not just stubborn, okay, it will guide us in the future as well. Okay, with last question, I will actually end my thing. When India was actually struggling for its independence, peaceful independence, a lot of other countries around us also got independence. How many countries in the world which got independence around 45 to 50, 60, whatever it is, have never gone under military rule or coup? Military rule, dictatorship, military dictatorship. How many countries in the world have never been under military dictatorship, which were independent in 1947 or 48, whatever, 43, 45? And the answer will be India alone. Pakistan went under military dictatorship every 10 years, once at least. Bangladesh, yes. Sri Lanka, yes. Myanmar, right now in military dictatorship. Maldives, yes. India, Thailand, yes. Yes. From time to time it goes. Vietnam, yes. India. Are you understanding how strong is our framework? It showcases the strength that we have. And at the same time, your future depends on it. You are here. You will be growing just because of our constitution. It is given right to you. You don't care about it now. But if you don't protect it, it will be under jeopardy. Think about it, okay? I think so I will stop here. Any questions you can ask?
Floor is open for questions. Hi, sir.
Hello.
My name is Aditya.
Yeah.
Sir, in the beginning, you said that you praised India, saying we are very diverse and we have a lot of animal population.
Not
But
that. Yeah.
yeah, like that. But don't you think those same things are causing challenges and conflicts right now in India? Because
Absolutely.
uh, in Mumbai right now, some political parties, even citizens are harassing for
Absolutely.
not speaking Marathi. That same thing is happening in South with Hindi language.
Yeah.
In Mumbai, they are cutting off forests. 9,000 trees are being cut. In Hyderabad, they are cutting 400 acres of forest and
Yeah.
depriving animals. So, if anything, I would say we are straying away from unity.
Okay.
And
Now
don't you feel like
I will.
Indians are not ready to accept that we
Okay.
have to be multilingual, multi-ethnic,
Okay.
and multicolored?
I will.
So,
I will talk about this. There is a part of India, some part of it, and everybody has that, who actually thinks in a majoritarian way. And you are majority in that region, you always think like that. But what we are is not majoritarian because we have individual rights because of our framework. That is one part. Second part that I will tell you is that we are by design multilingual. Even the Hindi speakers in our country are multilinguals. Okay, we are multicultural by design. Nobody here can say that they follow only one culture and one actually thing. Not possible. So yes, all these hiccups which are created can be easily solved by our framework or constitution. Yes, now, if you think so, all these hiccups are created just now. You are wrong. They have been present with us for more than forever. Like, okay, at the time of independence, there's a famous line given by Churchill that there will be 10 more Indias in next 10 years. That means India के 10 parts हो जाएंगे. We have proven that wrong. One of the interesting thing in India is that unless you protect diversity, okay, there is no problem of unity. Once diversity is touched, unity comes under stress. But every now and then we come to the same level, same stages in circular manner where diversity is protected. So I don't think so you'll have problem. Even, like for example, I always say this, with religion, a lot of people actually ask this question. In India, no religion is actually accepted and obeyed in the same manner throughout. Okay, like I'll give this small example. Son of Shiva, God, in North India is Kartikeya. Doesn't marry, doesn't see the face of women. Goes to south, becomes Skanda, and has 2 wives. Yes or no? Subramanyam, as it is called, or Murugan, as it is called. And diversity keeps on solving the issues for India, solving the problems. Okay, that's why actually, कहते हैं ना, keep calm and actually believe. So keep calm and believe in diversity, India will be stable. Don't worry. Okay, any other questions? Yeah.
Sir, you mentioned having checks and balances for every single system that we have and how we are constantly checking the other system. How is it that we are checking the judiciary when all of these laws that have been passed in the last 3 months about rape culture and everything that is going on? Secondly, you said that the right that was given to us was just given and we need to protect it. How are we supposed to protect it when it gets violated at every single
Okay.
turn?
Okay. Now you have to understand. Yeah. Because there are 2 parts to attach it. You have to separate your legal system with your constitutional framework. That is first. Legal system will have, the new laws which have been created, old CRPC and IPC in it. Constitutional framework talks about ideation behind it. Okay. Now, how judiciary who keeps check on judiciary? First, legislature keeps check on judiciary through impeachment. very important. And executive keeps check on appointment of judiciary. Like, for example, even collegium is there, and names of the certain people are actually proposed to the executive. It is in the hand of executive to actually accept it. Okay, and this has actually happened in India. So many names have been actually given to the executive. Executive actually opposed the names. So new names kept propping up continuously through collegium also. So we have control in that manner as well. You can protect. Okay, first thing to protect yourself is to know about it. First thing to protect itself is to know about it. You should know who you are. You should know the basic laws. Why you should know fundamental rights? Because your protection against the government. It is the knowledge that will protect you. You have. Okay, now in the frameworks they are not made. Amendments are made not in the so-called frameworks. It is not allowed as such. Basic structure mein you can't make a lot of amendments. They are made in actually the periphery of the law. Don't worry about it.